lovelies, if you are trying to see how I transform my eyebrows from this to this, definitely stick around and I will have a tutorial to show you guys exactly how I do that. Now, for this video, the only products will be the products that you see here. These will be the only products that I use to get the perfect eyebrows that you all love and crave. So with that being said, let's get started. So today I am going to use a e.l.f. duo brush. Now this is a double-sided brush that comes with a spoolie and as well as a flat angle brush. Now all I'm doing is just going to basically brush those hairs up so that way we could start with the bottom outline. Now the product that I use is the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the color Ebony. So all I'm going to do now, as you can see, is I'm going to start by outlining the bottom of my eyebrow, and this is going to basically cause that shape of an arch so that way it can basically come into the arch style of what we like. So all you want to do is just basically do a outline on how you would like your eyebrows to go. Me personally, I love a high arch. If you don't like a high arch and you just want to shape them however you want to, that is totally fine. Just follow those steps on how I'm doing it now and you'll be good to go. Okay, so basically now I'm just going to use my spoolie brush and I am just going to brush out that line that we just did, because what we don't want to happen is for our eyebrows to look as though that we just used a black Sharpie. So as you can see, I'm just brushing that out, basically just blending that line in, and I'm just going to basically brush that down so that way we can just form an arch, and we're just going to go from there. Now the same thing that I did to the bottom of my eyebrow, I'm going to go in and do the exact same thing to the top. Now as you can see, I just started midway. I don't want to bring it all the way to the front because we don't want it to look like boxed eyebrows. I really hate that, but you just don't want it to do that. And now I'm just going to bring it all the way down to form a tail, and now I'm just going to go in and just basically fill it in, kind of just making it a little bit darker, just filling in any type of spaces that I have in my eyebrows so that way they can look more fuller and not super thin. So with that, now I'm just going to basically use the spoolie and I'm just going to blend because again, we don't want our eyebrows to look like we used a magic marker or a Sharpie. So keep doing that and you'll be good to go. Okay, love, so I am using that Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade and I am just basically forming a line, basically the outline on the bottom of my eyebrows to form my actual brows of the shape that they're going to be. So now I'm just using that spoolie and I'm just brushing that line out so that way it doesn't have to look so harsh and it doesn't have to look like we used a Sharpie. So now you see me just brush that over and down in the form of an arch. Now instead of starting from the beginning, I'm just going to start midway and then basically just work my way down to complete that arch look. Now loves, just remember, however you would like to arch your eyebrows is up to you as far as the shape goes, but I'm just showing you again exactly how I like to do my eyebrows and the shape. So now I'm just taking my spoolie brush and I'm just blending that line out, because again, you do not want your eyebrows to look as though that somebody just used a magic marker or a black Sharpie all over your brows. And don't be discouraged. Again, just wait until the final look and you will be literally totally shocked how you could take your eyebrows from 0 to 100. So now as you can see, I am using my spoolie to brush forward so that way some of that eyebrow pomade can be able to flow correctly. The Pro Concealer I am using is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Toffee. So instead of starting at the front, I like to start around where my arch is going to be, because I want this to be as clean and crisp as possible. And when I say crisp, I don't want it to look like I need to go to the actual nail salon to get my eyebrows arched. So that's what the concealer is going to be used for. So now that I basically used that all over, I'm just going to basically blend that out. And you want to basically blend this out so that way you can get that clean look. You don't want it to stay up there because you just don't want it to stay like that. You want it to look clean and crisp as possible as if you just got your eyebrows arched. So that's the goal that we're going for with this whole eyebrow tutorial. So as you can see, I am just basically making sure that my eyebrows are as sharp as possible. Now, when I say sharp, I mean I don't want a hair out of place. I just want my eyebrows to look like a fresh eyebrow, like I just got them freshly waxed. So that's the effect that you want to look. You want to look for your eyebrows to look like, can somebody tell if I got them done, or do it look like I have makeup? And I like to go for that no makeup look, basically. So now that you see me do it to the other eyebrow, all I'm doing now is going to my other eyebrow, and I am just going to do the same thing. Now, as you can see, I like to start right there in the arch, and I am just basically cleaning those eyebrows up. And when I say cleaning, it just means like, hey, if there's any eyebrow pomade in the way, we're just going to use this concealer to go in and help us clean that up. Okay, so as we did with the other eyebrow, we're just going to bring it all the way down so that way we can clean them up together. And you just want to make sure that they're aligned. Like I say, your eyebrows are sisters. They don't have to be twins, meaning they don't have to look exactly alike, because sometimes it's not going to be like that. So don't be discouraged by that part. But I am just going to keep blending that out, basically until we get this eyebrow to be snatched. And when I say snatched, I mean a good fresh arch look, because that's exactly what we're going for. So you want to make sure that you keep blending until it looks up to your liking. So just always remember that. So as you can see, I'm just blending that out now that I feel as though that they are good to go. Now, as you can see, I am just going to basically take that same concealer and the same thing I did to the bottom. Y'all know we got to do the same thing to the top. Now, the reason why I like to use concealer is because, again, me personally, I do not go to the nail salon. I don't get my eyebrows arched whatsoever. So it's very imperative that my eyebrows look very, very arched. That I want them to look sharp. I want them to look crispy. Like I said, that's just my liking. If you don't want to use concealer at the top, a lot of people like to use foundation to kind of smooth around that, but I don't really like that because, again, when you don't get your eyebrows arched, you have a lot of loose hairs. You have it just looks so like a hot mess. Your eyebrows are not done, they look a mess. So that's why I like to use concealer, because just how I like the bottom to look arched, I like the top to look arched. So that's exactly why. Now I'm just going to basically smooth that concealer all out, so that way, you see, they looking orange, girl. So the same thing that we did to the other eye, we're going to do to this eyebrow. So we're just going to take that LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Toffee, and we're just going to smooth that all over the eyebrow that we already created. So you want to just basically make sure that you smooth that out all over the eyebrow, so that way you can get that good arched look. You want to make sure that you get that fresh wax look. That's the type of look that I try to look for when I'm doing my own eyebrows. So again, if you don't want to use concealer for the top, you don't have to. You can use foundation, but like I say, I'm just showing you exactly what I like to do. So now I'm just going to take that concealer and I'm just going to basically blend it out. Blend is the key, ladies. Blend is the key. So you just want to make sure that you take that concealer and blend it out as smooth as possible. Okay, because again, we want the arch look. Now, when you're doing your eyebrows and you mess up, it's okay just as long as you go back. So this is the type of look that I like to look for. As you can see, these eyebrows are very clean. They're very sharp. And might I add, they look good as hell. So now I'm just taking my spoolie brush and I'm just basically brushing everything in to make sure that there is no mistakes with these eyebrows or anything. So now I'm just going to take my Airspun translucent powder and I'm going to take my e.l.f. powder brush, and I'm just basically just going to use that to go over where I did the concealer. And as you can see, this is kind of like brushing that concealer out of the way, kind of just sealing it in, basically sealing that concealer in so that way it doesn't move or anything like that. Because I know I used to do this and I did not do this, and my eyebrows just look like they rubbed off by the end of the day. So yes, do this, ladies, and your eyebrows will not move all day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully your eyebrows will move.